Tradition, someone once said, is the living faith of the dead, but sometimes it's also the deadliest habit of the living. Across the world, humans celebrate in ways that defy logic. These festivals are not born from recklessness, but devotion, honor, and cultural pride. Yet, every year, blood is spilled in the name of celebration. In this countdown, we journey through the 10 most dangerous festivals on Earth, ranked not just by injury or death, but by the astonishing risks participants willingly face. From flaming skies to deadly crowds, these are the rituals where tradition and danger dance hand in hand. It begins with a single roll of cheese and ends with chaos. Every spring in Gloucestershire, a crowd gathers on a steep grassy hill that looks innocent from afar. But the moment the 8-pound double Gloucester cheese is released, hundreds of runners hurl themselves down a 200-yard slope so steep it's nearly vertical. There's no running, only tumbling, colliding, and cartwheeling bodies chasing a blur of dairy. Ambulances wait at the bottom. Broken bones, sprains, dislocated shoulders, concussions, they're guaranteed. Local authorities have repeatedly tried to ban it, calling it too dangerous to insure. But nothing stops the madness. The cheese may cross the finish line first, but pain is the only certainty that follows. You hear the drums before you see the devils. Then they appear, men dressed in yellow and red, leaping over lines of newborn babies laid on mattresses in the street. This is El Colacho, a ritual dating back to the 1600s in Castrillo de Murcia, Spain. It's meant to cleanse infants of sin, as costumed devils leap over them, symbolically carrying evil away. It's shocking to watch, the razor-thin line between faith and disaster. A single slip could be catastrophic. Yet, miraculously, no infant has ever been seriously harmed in centuries of practice. The Catholic Church officially disapproves, but locals continue, swearing by the ritual's sacred protection. It's the most terrifying lullaby in Europe. Christmas morning. While the world sings carols, the people of Chumbivilcas, Peru, gather in a dusty field to punch each other. Takanakuy, to hit each other in Quechua, is a brutal yet ritualized festival where villagers settle disputes with bare-knuckle fights. Grudges, feuds, and old debts are resolved with fists, not words. Referees armed with whips keep the chaos contained, though blood often stains the ground before noon. Once the fights end, rivals hug, share drinks, and dance, enemies reconciled through pain. It's a violent form of therapy, an ancient social contract that turns aggression into a public ritual of equality and release. It looks harmless, a tower made of sweet buns, but history remembers the year it collapsed. In 1978, during Hong Kong's Cheungchao Bun Festival, a 60-foot bamboo tower stacked with thousands of buns gave way beneath climbers. More than 100 people were injured in seconds of chaos. The government banned the event. Yet in 2005, it returned, stronger, safer, but still thrilling. Now, competitors climb a steel frame tower using harnesses, racing to grab the topmost buns for good luck. The danger remains in the height, the speed, and the human hunger for triumph. Even modern steel can't remove the pulse of risk that gives this festival its edge. On Easter night in the Greek village of Rontados, the sky explodes. Thousands gather between two rival churches, and as midnight strikes, war begins. Each parish fires homemade rockets across a narrow valley, aiming for the opposing bell tower. In theory, it's symbolic. In practice, it's chaos. Up to 60,000 rockets streak through the air, some veering into homes, trees, or crowds. The locals call it tradition. Outsiders call it insanity. Fire burns the hillsides, and the air fills with smoke and sparks, a mock battle that has caused real injuries, fires, and even deaths. Yet every year, the rockets fly again, lighting the night with a dangerous kind of devotion. If you ever thought a food fight was harmless, visit Ivrea. Here, thousands of participants take to the streets armed with oranges, tons of them, hurling fruit at high velocity in a historic reenactment of rebellion. The Battle of the Oranges is loud, chaotic, and painful. Oranges strike like fists, leaving bruises, broken noses, and black eyes. Teams wear armor, face shields, and helmets, but it's not enough. Horses are off limits to protect animals, but human combatants? Fair game. What began as a medieval revolt has become a citrus war that smells like juice and blood. A sweet reminder of Italy's love for drama and danger. From the mountains of Nagano comes one of the most jaw-dropping and deadly traditions in Japan. Every 6 years, villagers cut down massive fir trees, strip them bare, and ride them down steep mountainsides to renew the Suwa Grand Shrine. Each log weighs several tons. Dozens of men cling to it as it careens down ravines, bouncing and rolling like a runaway train. Deaths are not rare, they're expected. The Onbashira festival has claimed lives across its 1,200-year history. Yet participation is considered an honor, even a spiritual duty. As one villager once said, "To fall is to serve the gods." The line between devotion and self-destruction has never been thinner. Silence falls. Then the knives appear. In Phuket, Thailand, the annual Nine Emperor Gods Festival is a blend of meditation, pain, and devotion. Participants, called Masong, enter trance states and perform acts of extreme self-mutilation, walking on fire, climbing bladed ladders, piercing their cheeks with swords, or pushing skewers through their faces. They believe their suffering channels divine energy to cleanse the community. Medical tents line the streets, ready for infections and blood loss. The sights are shocking. Blood, smoke, fire, and faith interwoven. It's both horrifying and holy, a ritual where agony becomes worship. The horns gleam in the morning sun. The crowd tightens, the rockets fire. And then, chaos erupts. For 1 week each July, the narrow streets of Pamplona turn into a racetrack for death. Hundreds of runners sprint ahead of 6 fighting bulls, each weighing half a ton, their hooves thundering against the cobblestones. 15 people have been killed since 1910, and hundreds more gored or trampled. Every corner is a trap, every second a gamble. Yet thrill-seekers from around the world come to test their luck, their speed, and their courage. As the saying goes in Pamplona, if you fall, don't move and pray the bulls pass you by. It's not one festival, it's humanity itself, compressed into one place. Every 12 years, tens of millions gather at India's sacred rivers, the Ganges, Yamuna, and Sarasvati, to bathe away their sins under the stars. It's called Kumbh Mela, the world's largest religious gathering. But with that devotion comes devastating risk. Crowd surges and stampedes have killed thousands over the decades, 800 in 1954 alone. In 2013, a footbridge collapse triggered panic that claimed 42 lives. On some days, more than 10 million people immerse in the river, a tidal wave of humanity where faith meets fragility. Despite every tragedy, the faithful return. Because for many, the risk of death is still smaller than the promise of salvation. From flying rockets to falling logs, from bow horns to bladed ladders, these festivals remind us that danger is not always accidental. Sometimes, it's the very point. These rituals are more than reckless traditions. They are cultural time capsules of courage, faith, and defiance. They show how far humans will go to feel alive, to honor gods, to test the limits of the body and spirit. Every bruise, every scar, every scream under the festival lights whispers the same truth. For some, the edge between life and death isn't a warning, it's an invitation.